by Sanders.
This is a time for Cabrillo to exploit.
Keyshawn Rogers past McMurray. 2. What a fine play. 46-44. Cabrillo again by 2 with 20 seconds on the clock.
Nice feed inside to Rogers, cutting down the lane.
A lot of pressure on the ball. McCune with another steal and a foul against number 13, Kenny McMurray. And again, McMurray shoots his mouth out and it costs him. And then he says something even worse. They've whistled in for 2 technical fouls, I do believe, right now. I think McMurray has been ejected from this basketball game. And now the young man's unhappy because he saw a 12-point lead deteriorate right in front of his eyes. But now what he's done is not only feel bad inside, but he's just crunched the other 8 guys on his basketball team.
He's really hurt his team. There's a point in time where you're not happy with the call. It's easy to get emotionally out of it, but you gotta maintain your calm.
Bite your tongue, do anything. Walk away, stamp your feet. Well, if you do that, they'll whistle you, won't they?
Best thing to do is walk away.
Yeah, you've got to do that. And he got the first technical and didn't have enough sense to say, whoa, serious mistake. And I do believe they called the second. I really don't know. We'll have to see. But if, in fact, they did, Cabrillo basically is going to go to the free throw line and shoot till they miss.
Exactly. The coach, I don't think the coach could get to McMurray in time to have him close the mouth, as we say. And it cost him. He got 2 quick ones. I think we saw earlier that one of the refs warning McMurray about exactly watching what he said, and he got caught.
So first we'll see the foul shots. McMurray was whistled for a foul in midcourt. Jared McCune shooting 1-and-1. Cabrillo in the bonus. He gets the front end. Here's the second of a 1-and-1. He gets them both. It's 48-44. Now we're going to shoot the technicals. Now Greenberry, the left-hander, who has just, as I mentioned before, just gotten rich at the free throw line, is going to shoot 2 technical fouls. Misses a first. It remains 48-44.
It's a nice opportunity for Cabrillo to pad to their lead.
And he gets the second. It's 45-44. And now it's out of bounds, Cabrillo on the technical. Out of bounds, midcourt, Cabrillo on the technical.
Should have 2 more on the double technical.
I think it was 2 technical fouls, in which case Greenberry will shoot 2 more. So what Cabrillo has here is 6 free throw shots. They've made 3 out of 4 right now. They should have only had the 2 on the personal foul from McMurray.
He's cost him dearly.
Right now he's cost him 2 points, 2 out of 3 points. He's given Cabrillo 3 points they shouldn't have had. It's 52-44, a huge swing in the score. And it's to point out, now these kids are young. We got to remember we're talking about 15, 16, 17-year-old kids. But nonetheless, poise is one of the first things that they hear when they begin playing when they're 7 years old.
And I've already seen the coach down at the end of the bench talking to McMurray.
Pike, 2. Now he's cost them 5 points they never should have had.
Big swing.
So at one point in this quarter, Cabrillo Conquistadors trailed by 12. At the end of the fact of the matter is, with 3 minutes remaining in this ballgame, they trailed by 10. They now lead by 9. A huge swing, and that explains the loss of poise on the part of the orange shirts.
And so what's so ironic is it all happened with only 16 seconds left in the quarter.
And we'll point some fingers here. It all happened when Al Greenberry made the game. We'll be back with the 4th quarter basketball right after this. Quarter, Cabrillo took the ball out of bounds, lost control, and the Atascadero Greyhounds go on the attack. It's 53-44 as Andrew Cherry throws it down to close it up a little. Shell trying to get ready for the slam, settles for the 3-footer, and it's 55-46, the lead back to 9. A little full court pressure by the Cabrillo Conquistadors, 2-2-1 zone press. And we have a whistle. Foul against number 30, Al Greenberry. Putting a little bit too much pressure on the ball that time.
Reached in, tried to get away with a quick steal, get the crowd going again with another slam dunk, but got caught.
Inbounds to Jansen. Jansen to Austin, back to Jansen. Pike slaps the ball as they try to force it inside to Davis. Davis been awfully quiet here in the waning minutes of the 3rd quarter as we open up the 4th.
spent a majority of the third quarter on the bench.
Jansen handling the ball out front. Jansen built like a football fullback rather than a basketball player. Hawkins, 31, has it roll over the rim. Rogers controls the rebound. 2-on-3. Jared McCune. Now the question is, do they give him the basket? They should not, in my opinion. No basket. The foul is against Andrew Cherry, his 4th personal, and he's off the bench. So McCune will go to the line, shoot 1-and-1. Cabrillo is in the bonus. Atascadero is not. And that'll get some discussion.
And this is the time where free throws can really stretch it out. Could also actually put it away.
Oh, yeah. You get rich right here with the other team's not in the bonus. McCune rolls one in. Just enough backspin on that basketball to get the bite.
Jared McCune has really nice form at the line and in his jump shots. He's been very, very effective tonight.
7 minutes remaining in the basketball game as McCune throws them both in. And the lead just keeps growing and growing and growing. 57-46, 11-point lead by Cabrillo. Remember, they were down by 12 in the third quarter. This has been an astounding turnaround.
It'll be interesting to see what Atascadero tries to do to get back into this ball game.
Ryan Hawkins trying to drive the lane, had to come off his knee out of bounds, and so Cabrillo now with the chance to stretch it a little bit more. And Cabrillo not looking particularly winded yet. Some of the big guys a little slower than they were before.
They look in control. They need to take their time.
Greenberry tries from outside. Comes close, but no cigar. We go the other way. Hawkins working against Greenberry. Cabrillo in the zone. Number 23, Austin, with the three-point attempt. No good. And Cabrillo trying to hustle the ball down court again. A.J. Rogers just leaves the ball behind.
They had a potential break there. Just lost the ball.
Davis, three-point range off the heel of the basket. Loose. Pike with the basketball. Pike with a no-look pass to McCune long. McCune, easy two on a nice hook shot. 59-46. And take a look. McCune just made a great play off a super pass from Keyshawn Rogers. And McCune does nothing more than just come down and play his job on defense. He doesn't play to the crowd. He doesn't play to his teammates. He doesn't play to anybody. He just goes out and plays the game. He's a great basketball player.
You know who actually made that play was Andy Pike with a no-look.
Indeed.
No-look pass.
He looked over here to the side, I guess, to throw to Keyshawn Rogers. He had already seen Jared breaking for the basket. Jared made a nice move to get away from the D. With 5 minutes and 55 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter at Cabrillo High School, it's a 59-46 Cabrillo lead, and we'll be back with more basketball.
Well, we have Cabrillo versus Atascadero. We're in the fourth quarter. 5 minutes, 55 seconds remaining in the game. Cabrillo leading 59-46, has gone on a large run in the end of the third to the fourth quarter after being down by 10. Now they're up by 13.
Got a 25-point turnaround since 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Number 23, Austin, had his shot changed by Shell. Davis can't get it down. Shell and Davis, and Davis just screaming at the referee for not calling Shell, and I think he's got something to say.
You can see a little frustration on the jaw of Davis.
Andrew Cherry, 44, drawing his fifth personal foul right there, working against Jared McCune. Davis, as you mentioned, frustrated, but I think he had a case down here. I think Shell ripped him.
I thought that was his fifth foul. They only have him down for 4.
So we'll correct our stats, assuming that those folks over at the table know what they're doing. Jared McCune rolls the first one in. The front end of a 1-and-1 qualifies for another. It's 60-46, 14-point lead by Cabrillo. People on the Atascadero bench just holding their heads. They had it, and they gave it away. McCune misses the second, so we'll go to the Atascadero end and see how it works out. Jansen working against Shell. Shell stopped him dead in his tracks. That time, Hawkins makes a move to the basket and loses it to the white shirts. So Keyshawn Rogers brings it down for Cabrillo. Shell on the right side. Pike out front against Jansen. Rogers momentarily loses control of the ball. Dishes back to Greenberry, the left-hander from 8. It's 62-46, and now Greenberry has put life in this Cabrillo basketball team tonight.
He sure has. He's really been the spark this second half, along with Jared McCune putting together a solid second half after a very good first half.
Three-point attempt by Austin, no good. Shell with a strong rebound, his first in a long time.
At this point, when thinking back to when I played under Coach Harry G. Santos, we had a code called Code Blue, an offense called Code Blue, where we kind of took the air out of the ball. I don't know if that's suited for this team. This is an exciting team.
Shell from 12, and Shell's got 2 points over big Dwayne Davis, and Davis now really dragging down the court. The big man is dragging. He's played his heart out, and it's just about done. 4:15 remaining, 64-46, Cabrillo. Cherry tries to get it inside, and look at the quickness of Greenberry that time to cut out that pass.
Beautiful defense.
Again, help D. Just help D.
Slid down the lane, got in front of Davis, almost got another steal.
So it'll be out of bounds. The Atascadero Greyhounds on the kick. Into the ball game, number 12 for Atascadero, Greg Cunningham. He's a 5'11 junior guard. Jansen over Shell, gets the 2. It's one of the few times that somebody's attempted to shoot over Shell and made the basket. Now we got 4 Cabrillo Conquistadors bringing the ball down. The first signs that we can see of them being a little tired. What they're trying to do is open up the baseline for an easy point. Short is Shell. Davis with the rebound. So they tried to lull the Atascadero defense out to midcourt so they could break somebody underneath.
I thought A.J. Rogers was going to go the distance there. Dale Shell got a nice shot.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on your lines.
My fault.
No. So we sit here and apologize to each other? To Keyshawn Rogers out front. Is Cabrillo now going to take your time putting the basketball in any kind of motion? To Keyshawn Rogers tried to feed Greenberry, and it was intercepted. Atascadero runs hard to the basket. Goaltending by Dale Shell.
Sure looked pretty, though.
Yeah. 44, Andrew Cherry will get credit for the points. But that's a message play. Shell knew it was goaltending. He knew when he left the floor it was going to be goaltending. Cherry's going to think about that next time he comes down the court.
And Coach Brooks called a timeout.
Coach Brooks here with a 14-point lead, 64-50. Neither team having scored in the last several seconds here in the fourth quarter. Cabrillo pretty much has it their own way. I think the Atascadero Greyhounds have just had the air taken out of their game. Al Greenberry came in with 3 minutes left to go in the third quarter, added some life and some excitement to this basketball team. As you mentioned, it had just excited the other 4 guys on the floor, and they simply stole the game back.
Cabrillo coming out, and like you said, the end of the third quarter there, fourth quarter, Greenberry, everybody seemed to get excited. They're moving faster on defense, getting hands on balls, getting steals, beating Atascadero down the court, and consequently, they turned around a 10-point deficit and ended up being on top by double digits.
So it's been an extraordinary turnaround. In a first half ball game that appeared as though late in the first quarter that Cabrillo was just going to blow Atascadero out of here. And then Atascadero came back tough in the second quarter. In fact, gained the lead back with about 2 minutes to go and stretched it out to 6, went into the locker room at halftime with a 4-point lead, came out, extended a 4-point lead to 12. Now they trail by 14. You know, every one of those kids on the floor knows that happened, and they know they let themselves down, and it's hard to play through that.
It sure is. 3:12 remaining. We'll see how they can handle the last 3 minutes.
To Keyshawn Rogers again getting up in the air, and then we're looking for someplace to throw the ball. He had trouble with that last week. I'm sure that he'll remember it. Greenberry working hard against number 12 Cunningham. To Keyshawn Rogers working against Austin. Now, there are 2 schools of thought here. You have a team that's been hot. They've turned it around, a 26-point turnaround. Do you take them out of their offense, what they've been doing so well, slow them up, and put the kibosh on anything that might be going for them? Yeah, we've seen a lot of ball games lost just that way, as Greenberry throws down 2 more.
It almost looked like that's what their strategy was there. Greenberry taking a short jumper, hitting it. I don't know, Gene. It's a tough call at this point.
Heads-up play that time by Greg Cunningham, the 5'11" junior guard, off the bench as he went strong to the hole. Didn't get the basket, but it was the right idea. Greenberry stuffed by number 33, Dwayne Davis. The referee being very alert to anything that might happen after, but Greenberry smart enough to run away from the play, and Davis made an excellent defensive play.
Davis wasn't going to let him get a jam there no matter what. He was bound to get either the block or the foul. Greenberry went strong. Davis got the foul.
So Al Greenberry at the line to shoot 2. He spent half his career there tonight alone. Now, there's the worst shot that Greenberry's taken from the free throw line all night.
He needs to relax and concentrate and shoot like he did earlier. Nice and easy.
66-50, largest lead of the game by anybody. 16-17 now. Al Greenberry makes it 67-50. Cabrillo hustling back on defense. 2 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in the basketball game. From out front, Brad Austin, three-point range, no good. Shell unloads to DeKeyshawn Rogers, who just took off with the shot. Nice play. DeKeyshawn Rogers put Austin in the air, waited for him to get out of the way, and then put the nice shot off the glass. 69-50, a 19-point lead. Incredible turnaround, 31-point turnaround since 3 minutes to go in the third quarter.
The Conchs are not letting up one bit. They're still trying to run it down the court as fast as possible.
Austin dishes to Jansen, no points. Shell leads a 2-on-3 fast break. Nice pass through to Al Greenberry. Greenberry, ooh, I thought he had it. Ball came off the palm of his hand and couldn't get to roll.
Greenberry's got the hot hand. I thought that was going to roll in as well, but...
Cunningham, Jansen. Nice dish to the big man Davis, and he puts it in. Number 23, Brad Austin, with a great assist on that play.
That was a very nice play on Atascadero's part.
Defensive full court pressure pays off as Atascadero gets the points. Number 12, Greg Cunningham. Cunningham knows where the basket is. It's the second time now we've seen him here in the fourth quarter make the right move to the basket at the right time.
He's come in and he's uplifted Atascadero a little bit. They're down by 15 right now.
69-54. Pike takes it all the way. Finger roll, 71-54. 1 minute remaining in the basketball game. So barring a power failure, Cabrillo has opened up their 1992 Los Padres season in fine form. That time, number 23, Austin, driving the hole, draws the foul from Jared McCune.
Drugs.
Interestingly enough, 52 seconds left in this basketball game, Dan, and Atascadero not yet in the Boatmans.
I think the coach is going to look long and hard at that, review the videotape, and ask himself many questions about possibly the officiating.
Yeah, I think that's just what I was going to say. He's going to make a phone call to the head official. But I have to say that that Cabrillo has played good defense, with the possible exception of a number of plays that could have been called underneath. Have played pretty clean defense and probably haven't earned Atascadero the bonus. Good D that time by Austin. Nearly got the turnover. Foul that time by number 30, Mitch Hansen.
I agree. Cabrillo's played very good defense tonight. Getting in the passing lanes, help side defense, fronting the big guy down left. They really shut down Davis at the end of the third quarter and this fourth quarter, and deserved this win.
Pike throws one in from the 15-foot line at 72-56. Cabrillo, 42 seconds remaining in the basketball game, so an extraordinarily fine outing for the Conquistadors. As Pike throws in another. The only question left to be answered here tonight at Cabrillo High School is what's the margin going to be? Right now it's 17. Cunningham. McCune hustling the D. And McCune managed to roll the ball over the line and let Davis touch it. And Atascadero couldn't get the press set up. They wanted to. Davis trying to tell the folks where to go. They couldn't get it set. McCune, Rogers, Greenberry off the glass, the left-hander, two more. Al Greenberry, what a great second half Al Greenberry's having.
That's teamwork right there. Rogers could have taken that shot very easily, but he dished out to his partner.
Greenberry outlets to DeKeyshawn Rogers. Rogers misses. Cunningham with a rebound. Davis gets outside the line at the whistle. No good. It's over. The Cabrillo Conquistadors 75, the Atascadero Greyhounds 56, a 19-point win, a 31-point turnaround in 11 minutes of play. A great outing for the Conquistadors to open up the Los Padres League season. We'll be back with a final look at the basketball game, a little bit of a tally on scoring, see who was hot and who was not. I'm Gene Lynch along with Dan Troop. We'll be back right after this. What a basketball game. As I talked to Coach Chris Brooks before the game, Dan, he mentioned that last year, the first two times these teams came together, Cabrillo won by 2. Once here, once up at Atascadero, and he really would like to send Atascadero home with a loss, since on paper, these are the two teams that appear to be Los Padres League champions, and mercy, what a message he sent.
Big win for Cabrillo tonight. As you said, the two teams that will probably be going for the league championship. A home game, you got to get the W at home. Cabrillo came out in fine fashion. Sent a message to Atascadero. They want this league title as much as anybody. And I think the coach of Atascadero has to go back and do some pondering about what he'll do next time when they face Cabrillo.
Cabrillo with great outings from a number of basketball players tonight. I remember, as I look back at this ball game, the thing that strikes me first is Carlton Williams coming out in the first quarter, in the first minutes of the first quarter, and just putting a spark to the whole basketball game. He set the tone, he set the pace for both basketball teams. And even though Atascadero scored first, with leadership from Carlton Williams and from the big guys underneath, Cabrillo just calmly took the basketball game under control.
As we mentioned at the outset, Cabrillo, I think, played the finest quarter that I've seen this year. Even though last week against San Luis they came out 17-2 or something like that, Cabrillo just looked very poised, relaxed, confident, having a lot of fun, and played very fine basketball.
You look at performances from McCune. McCune with a great performance tonight. On defense with the quick hands and the quick feet. On offense with the shot, getting open when they needed, especially in the first half when the ball game was still undecided and was close. I'm thinking about the effect that Dale Shell had, just standing in the paint and daring those orange shirts to come in and shoot the ball. How many shots have we seen tonight? I would suspect close to a dozen that were changed simply because Shell was there.
I think Shell changed his role a little bit tonight from the big gun to the intimidator. He played excellent defense, did intimidate a lot of shots, got some early blocks, went up high, and wasn't the offensive factor that he has been this year, but was by far the big defensive factor and the intimidator that altered many Atascadero shots.
If we were going to award a player of the ball game, I think the Triple Inch Player of the Game award certainly goes to Al Greenberry.
No question. The second half of this ball game was Al Greenberry. Came off the bench, ignited the team, big spark, thundering slam dunk, got the crowd going, and basically turned the whole ball game around with that slam dunk.
31-point turnaround. Al Greenberry came in with 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Mentioned then that he'd put the spurs to it, and little did we know that it would turn out to be a 19-point victory. So Al Greenberry, at least our player of the game here tonight against Atascadero, in a great basketball outing. Let's take a look at some individual scoring statistics.
Okay, for Cabrillo, we had Carlton Williams with 8 points. Jared McCune, quietly with 17, was a big factor. Dale Shell chipped in 12. A.J. Rogers, with 8. Andy Pike with 11. And Al Greenberry off the bench, 18 big points.
Mercy. For Atascadero.
For Atascadero, they were led by their big guy, 6'7", Dwayne Davis with 20, 12 in the first half. With a three-pointer, I might add. Andrew Cherry off the bench with 9. Kenny McMurray with 5. And Brad Austin with 8. With the big guns for Atascadero.
75-56, a great win for the Cabrillo Conquistadors here tonight at Cabrillo High School. You saw it right here. We've got to tell you, you're missing a good bet if you don't follow these Conquistadors as they run around the Los Padres League here in 1992. They are going to be a fun basketball team to watch.
They are extremely quick. They get up and down the court quickly. They're exciting. They are a lot of fun to watch. And their progression is amazing. From early December to 1 month's time, they've improved probably 150%. They're a very good basketball team right now.
So they're on a roll, 1-0 and on the go, the Cabrillo Conquistador basketball team in 1972. Check your schedule, find out where it fits into your own personal schedule, and take the Conquistadors on the road. And if you can't, it's right here. Comcast Cable Television Sports with me, Gene Lynch and Dan Troop. And we're glad you came with us tonight. Join us again. Thanks a lot. Good night. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Cabrillo High School. I'm Gene Lynch along with Dan Troop, and we're here for round 2 of the Los Padres League season for the Conquistadors. And tonight, it's the Pirates from San Ynez. Last week, Dan, a good opening for the league play by the Conquistadors, knocking off, on paper at least,